Medieval times often get a bad reputation, a time of human suffering and halted progress. While this image of brutality isn't necessarily all that fair to the time period, there's no denying that the Middle Ages could certainly be violent. You may have seen the horrific tortures and executions that correlate with this time, but have you seen these? Medieval killer rabbits. These sadistic bunnies appear all over medieval manuscripts, delighting in the suffering of humanity. Now, this trend was actually more common than you'd probably think. As widespread and prolonged as it was, there has to be some meaning behind its drawings, right? Is it a pissed-off Mother Nature unleashing revenge on mankind? Is it something like a medieval meme that the artist simply found funny? Was there actually a giant race of killer rabbits that once terrorized our ancestors? There are many examples of these demented fluffy boys, of course drawn in the over-the-top way medieval illustrations usually are. Many of these are drolleries and marginalia found in illuminated manuscripts. That is, small drawings added to the pages for decoration and added visual aid. In any case, you'll find plenty of these killer rabbits throughout medieval works. One of the more well-known depictions is from an early 14th century English manuscript and tells a tale of cottontail revenge over several pages. It starts with the hunter becoming the hunted, as a rabbit shoots and wounds a man that was hunting their kind. The hunter is subdued and tied up by two rabbits, and he is taken prisoner to be tried in a rabbit court. The verdict is obviously guilty, as the hunter has killed countless rabbits. He is drawn to the place of execution, where justice is delivered with the rabbits beheading the hunter. They aren't done there though, as they then seek out his accomplice, and over the following pages, the rabbits go through a similar ordeal with the hunting dog. They capture it, try it in court, where the death sentence is given. The rabbits then prepare to carry out the sentence, this time by hanging the guilty party. While this manuscript contains one of the more detailed killer rabbit scenes, it's far from the only. There are plenty of examples that show rabbits getting revenge on humans and their hunting hounds that have caused such bloodshed for the once docile creatures. You'll see rabbits dueling dogs and even knights, and you'll see them in large-scale battles and sieges. You'll see them go from gentle to intensely violent. Rabbits can symbolize many things. Fertility is an obvious one, but they are also known to be harmless and not in the least bit intimidating. Many medieval people relied on rabbits significantly as a food source at times. Hunting could be a major part of one's way of life, and rabbits were usually one of the easiest to kill, and due to their abundance, nearly always available. What these medieval artists do in these scenes is completely flip the script by having these skittish, easily hunted prey become ruthless predators with a taste for blood and revenge. These violent rabbits are one example of a world turned upside down. Images that depict a complete reversal of roles. This was common in the illustrations of medieval artists in manuscripts and other works. Killer rabbits are just one of the more recurring examples of this. Snails are another animal you'll find that somehow developed combat skills. These small, once again harmless creatures are seen fighting against humanity, often against armored knights. This juxtaposition could mean several things. It's not entirely clear if it's some sort of metaphor or social commentary. However, it's also possible that these drolleries are just for comedic purposes. Medieval artists weren't without a sense of humor, and it's likely they simply found these drawings funny more than anything else. Rabbits and snails becoming the bane of human existence is, at its core, a humorous idea. Every artist has its own interpretation and meaning behind their work, whether it be deep or not. But in any case, their exact motives are for the most part lost. The humor found in manuscripts isn't all just rabbits and snails though, and has a wide array of subjects. Animals in general are commonplace, sometimes with human characteristics, and sometimes with really human characteristics. Again, the existence of some underlying meaning is debatable, but in the end, it's mostly just a joke. However, sometimes the humor is much less complicated. Many of the same things people find funny today, people also found funny back then, and you'll find that many medieval writers and artists don't shy away from this basic comedy. Writing and drawing a manuscript was a very intricate and time-consuming endeavor. Every stroke was hand-drawn, and most who worked on them liked to fill up a page with not only just words, but also detailed images. Really, it shouldn't be too much of a surprise that many of them contain a joke or two. Thanks for watching.